Antonio Spurs put their 34-0 home record on the line when they host the 62-6 overall Golden State Warriors. Golden State got a win yesterday in Dallas. Steph Curry, 1 rebound away from a triple-double. He's confident heading into tonight.
We'll be fine. I mean, it's going to be a tough task, obviously. They're playing really well right now, and, we have an opportunity to go in, and, it's going to be a tough test for us. So we'll be ready. We have enough time to hopefully rejuvenate and get ready for a 48-minute battle. That's going to be fun.
Spurs and Warriors tip at 8:30 Eastern. In the NFL, the number 1 pick in the draft might be available. Titans GM John Robinson telling a local fan fest that it would take a king's ransom, a substantial amount of picks, to move back from the number 1 overall. Sad news as well from the NFL. Ravens cornerback Trey Walker passed away Friday night from injuries suffered in a dirt bike accident in Florida. The 2015 fourth-round pick out of Texas State was 23 years old. And in baseball today, the Cardinals have signed former Mets shortstop Ruben Tejada to a 1-year deal. Tejada broke his leg as the victim of the Chase Utley slide in last year's postseason. I'm Sam Farber. This is NBC Sports Radio.
This is Kcaa.
Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company has been serving the greater Inland Empire for over 60 years. For all of your printing needs, from full-color printing to high-speed copying and everything in between, go to Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. Their staff is committed to your total satisfaction. Great service isn't just lip service at Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company. It's the way they do business year after year. Having trouble finding drafting supplies? Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company still carries a complete selection. Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company is rated high in customer satisfaction by Value Star, an independent rating company. For all of your personal or business printing, call Redlands Blueprint and Commercial Printing Company at 909-792-3478. That's 792-3478, or visit them on New York Street in Redlands off the I-10 and the Crosstown Freeway.
Join me, Stephanie Miller, every weekday for the antidote to cantankerous conservatives. And if they don't like it, too bad. It's on Kcaa.
Weekday mornings from 7 to 8.
10:50 a.m. and 106.5 FM.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Do you have unfiled tax returns? The IRS wants to collect from you and will do whatever it takes to make sure they get the money you owe. They'll garnish your wages, levy your bank account, and lien your house. The IRS isn't going away. You can't ignore them. They will get their money. Call the Tax Alliance helpline now at 1-800-577-4621 for free info. The professionals at the Tax Alliance helpline will help you with your tax problems. Garnished wages, bank levies, and property liens can be stopped, but you have to call now. We have former IRS agents on staff who know the ins and outs of the system and how to make them work for you. Don't let back taxes on the IRS or state ruin your life. Call the Tax Alliance helpline now and let the experts fight for you. Get the info you need. Call 1-800-577-4621. That's 1-800-577-4621. 1-800-577-4621.
Now, here's a new concept: digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising. DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
E-Digits. Lock them in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. Kcaa.
Welcome to I'm Mad as Hell with Lloyd Brock and Greg Simpson. Now, if you want to share your anger, this is the station, KCAA, every Saturday at 12 noon. If you're mad as hell at the government, politicians, IRS, your bank, a car dealer, or the court system, let us know. You may want to be one of our in-studio guests, or just call in and vent that anger. 1-888-909-1050 or 909-888-5222 locally. We may not be able to resolve your individual problems, but we will give you a forum to share your anger with our listeners. Now, join us at KCAA 1050 AM and at kcaaradio.com or check us out at Ustream. Now, here's Lloyd and Greg.
No, we're not. No more. Well, I'm mad as hell again.
Today,
Every single day.
Saturday, you seem to be mad as hell about something.
Well, it is. I mean,
Are you mad on other days?
There's reason to be.
There is.
There's reason to be.
Just
Listen to the news, watch the news, read the newspapers.
Go to the store.
It's all in there.
Go to the store, walk your dog, anything. Yeah.
Politics, and I'll get into that in a minute, but right now this makes me mad as hell.
Okay,
and it should make you mad as hell.
It does.
Police are seeking a puppy killer. You may have heard about this on the news the other night, but investigators say a dog found dead at Marina del Rey was probably deliberately drowned. There's no doubt about it. It said the white and brown pup had been staked to the ground with a rope and a shovel, and probably drowned as the tide slowly rose over its head at Mother's Beach in Marina del Rey. And these people found the dog, and they saw the shovel sticking up out of the ground, and then they saw the puppy, and they took him out of the water. And there is an ID tag, but how cruel, how terrible.
I mean, that's sickening, isn't it?
They do this to a dog, they'll probably do it to a human.
That's the whole thing. They'd probably do it to a human if they got a...
These people, whoever is responsible, should be taken out there in the ocean, and they should put an anchor on them and let the tide rise. Let's see how long they can swim that one away.
Sure. Pirates used to do it. They could sure do it to this idiot.
I mean, that's
a real sicko.
It is.
And it's just nonsense.
I know what you're mad as hell about.
Yeah, you've already seen it. Well, I'm mad as hell about it because it's going to cause a horrible crash, and a lot of folks are going to die because somebody took their drone and sent it up 5,200 feet right into the airspace. And it was a near miss, reported from a Lufthansa Airbus A380. I think they carry a lot of folks.
They do.
But anyway, it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This drone come within 200 feet of them. They were at 5,000 feet, so this drone was flying at 5,200 feet, and the drone's only supposed to go 400 feet in the air. So, I think the guy was just a little out of the area, and how many more are they flying in airspace that they shouldn't?
There's got to be some way to identify that drone.
There should be, yeah, some way to identify and catch this guy, yeah.
Basically, if it gets near a plane, they could give a signal or a number.
Oh, sure.
And automatically identify that drone or automatically shoot it down, one or the other.
Yeah, drones they say have grounded firefighting aircraft in California by flying too close during firefighting missions.
Well, remember, that's right up here in the mountains.
Yeah, they've struck power lines.
It's getting out of control.
They did catch one guy, and they made him turn over his drone.
Yeah, but I see...
But that was with a police
They're for sale everywhere. I saw one the other day at Target.
Yeah.
About this big. But I mean, some of those can really foul
How much
up.
skill do you need to fly? Just a little computer skill or what? Or joystick
You learn
skill?
by doing.
Okay.
There are classes you can take, but, and they're thinking about licensing some of these. If it's a larger drone and it goes above a certain point, you've got to have a license.
So you put it on the ground and say fly, and it...
Well, little kids are using it.
Yeah, I know. I just...
But if they get into the input of a jet, even these small ones can screw things up.
Or through a windshield, kill a pilot. I don't know how heavy that is.
Well, yeah, if they're going fast enough.
Yeah, if they're fast enough, sure.
So it's a dangerous
But the
situation.
intake of the engine, like you're saying, blow an engine or.
So you people out there with drones, be careful.
Yeah, be very careful.
I've
guys.
got people who use them professionally and very safely. I've got one guy that uses a drone for real estate and estates.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
that'd be
amazing the photographs that he gets. He gets way up high and he can get the entire surroundings of that estate. Of course, I mean, you wouldn't do this for a regular small house.
You're right, but
these are $1 million properties.
Sure.
But he goes inside the property.
Oh, wow.
He can go commercially. You can fly the drone inside a warehouse and show all the facilities.
Oh, my goodness, that's great. That's a.
It's really amazing.
Well, they have a good purpose. I agree. I've seen some great photos where the drones have taken photos offshore and, different things, and they're great photos. So there is a purpose, but you can sure abuse them, it looks like, and cause maybe some lives. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So be careful. And it does make you mad.
Everything does, but I'm going to talk about politics.
Yeah, are we?
But,
okay, let's talk about
everybody's
politics.
mad as hell about politics.
Why wouldn't they be?
Well, right now in Arizona, people are blocking a highway into a Trump rally.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're expecting 10,000 people at least, and these people are anti-Trump, and they're blocking the highway, and so nobody can get by.
Ridiculous.
And somebody's going to get hurt badly.
Yep.
If they keep doing this.
It
and
is.
in New York, their anti-Trump people are picketing, and the police are out there in number. That's today.
Yeah, well.
And then it's just.
I don't think it hurts the voting concerns. I think it hurts the safety concerns.
No,
like
but
you
nobody's
said,
doing
get
that.
hurt.
I don't see that done with Hillary.
No, I don't see it at all. But Hillary bypasses some of them to go to the staged events, like she went to that Muslim event where she had all the big the money build up, and there was only 500 supporters of hers, and she went right by them, didn't even wait.
Yeah, I know she went to that because there was
big
$250,000 they donated to
$500,000. It was $500,000 that was donated. I remember that number, but ridiculous.
We've got, but I want to invite you to call in. If you're a Hillary supporter or a Trump supporter, just call us at 1-909-888-5222.
Or long distance if you're out of the area. We'd like to hear
about,
anywhere.
Why you're doing this for your candidate. And our listening audience would be interested in that because we've got some of both.
Yeah, so it's 1-888-909-1050 if you're out of the area for a free call.
That's right. We got a break for a commercial, and we'll be right back, hopefully with somebody calling in.
Yeah.
That's a big supporter.
So we can talk to you.
Wow, am I thirsty. Whoa.
Are you really?
Yes.
I think you should come up to Oak Hills Brewing Company, home of the best brews in the high desert.
High desert? That's where I'm from.
Oh, do you know Floyd?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His brother Lloyd. Yeah, I know him.
Say hello to Floyd. Founded by two entrepreneurs, these big dreams turned into Oak Hills Brewing Company. They have yummy brews, select ales, craft sodas, root beer, ginger ale, and cream soda for the kids.
How many?
How many kids?
How many brews?
I don't care how many kids come up.
Oh, okay.
They have 3 brews.
Okay.
For kids. Then they have 13 brews for adults.
Oh, love it. Love it. Love it.
I'm glad. Oak Hills Brewing. Mondays, 5 to 9. Thursdays, 3 to 9. Friday, 1 to 10. And Saturday, 1 to 10. Oak Hills Brewing Company.
I'm going up right now.
Do you know how to get there?
Yeah, almost.
Okay, well, let me just make sure. 15 north to the 395, past 2 signals, turn right on Poplar, and you're there. OakHillsBrewing.com.
On my way.
Welcome back to Mad as Hell.
You know, I'm so mad that I could go up there to Oak Hills and get me a drink.
Get you a drink of good beer, huh? What kind?
Good beer.
What kind?
They got so many.
Have you
varieties
tried any
there.
of it? You've probably tried some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like, they've got all those soft drinks they make by hand. And I mean, you got to try that cream ale.
Yeah, that's what I got to try. I got to
it's
try that still.
Great, and they got a cream beer too. You know, it's very
I can't
mild.
drink beer. I've got to stay away from that.
IPAs. They've got great IPAs. They've got 19 of them, so you can pick and choose. But the water is terrific. That's why they make such good beer.
Is all of it good? Have you had?
I've got my preference. You know, I don't like a bitter beer, and a lot of these.
But he covers the whole area. Is what
European
I'm trying to say.
beers are a little bitter for me. I like a smooth ladies' beer.
A ladies' beer. Okay. Okay.
At any rate, we're here.
Sarsaparilla,
We're going to talk politics.
Okay.
But we want some people to call in.
Yes.
So we have some discussion here.
Yeah. Well, come on, call,
Pro
please.
or con. And I think, you know, a lot of people are telling the governor to get out.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need you.
Sure.
You got Ohio, and that was it.
Yeah. And that was the governor of Ohio that won that election.
Well, yeah, but they say that he can't get much traction the rest of the race, so he should just. In fact, Cruz said that the other day.
Yeah.
Said he should just drop out.
Just drop out, but I don't think he will.
No.
Everybody gets an ego going, you know.
If this goes to the convention, and they said it could be a brokered convention, which would be very interesting, but quite controversial, then, you know, it's got to be a fight one way or another.
I seen a headline, and Sanders seems to have a way to go around these super
delegates.
He said he could do something. I never got to read the story. Did you ever see any more on that? That was a couple of days ago.
Well, the super delegates supposedly already have got the thing locked up for Hillary.
Yes, and he said he has a way around that or something. I read the headline, and something just birded me, and I never got back to
Well, I think an indictment would help.
The story. Yeah, well, that'll stop it.
Right there.
That'll clean the air.
But a lot of people don't think she's going to jail. But as I mentioned before,
I wonder if they think she didn't do anything wrong. I mean, really, it's on the surface. She did something wrong.
The other day, they said that she had even mentioned, they had a video of her mentioning this in sometime before she went to Russia and China. She said, we can't even take our Blackberries off the plane, you know, because somebody can hack into them in these countries.
Yeah.
The next video, you see her with her BlackBerry in Russia and China. So she broke the law. She said it was forbidden for her to do that. So she did it.
We got to call her.
We got to call her? No, it wasn't for us. Come on, people. Come on, get some cojones.
Yeah, come on, call.
Call us.
Call us.
If you're a Trump fan or
Trump
Cruz,
or Cruz or
Hillary or Sanders, you
anybody.
let us know. I don't care. You know, one or another. Let's defend your candidate.
That's right. Let's hear what you think about this political situation today.
Yeah, it's just everybody is hoping that it's resolved one way or another, but it's going to be a fight to the finish.
To the finish.
And before the November elections, if it's Trump and Hillary, it's really going to be fun to watch those debates, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If
my friend from Ohio watched them and reported to me, so I had a proof debater or whatever. What do they call them when somebody does it for you?
So our number here locally, 909-888-5222.
And long distance is 1-888-909-1050.
1050.
So
call us. If you're, as I say, we're really, right now I heard Cruz talking from Utah to the constituents there. And that should be, you know, I think that's up for grabs too.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
What he's saying, and I think he mentioned, we've got a caller now.
Okay.
Coming in. Well, welcome to I'm Mad as Hell. What are you mad as hell about? I'm listening. Hello?
The only thing that bothers me, guys, is everybody's trying to take away from Hillary. And Hillary knows what she's doing. She's never got arrested for anything that they all say that she does.
Well, she should be.
Yeah.
I mean,
but she's not.
Petraeus.
So if she's not doing anything that she's getting arrested for, why should I not vote for her?
Petraeus got indicted for doing less, and they were threatening to take away his rank too. And I think that the Democratic Party is protecting her. She's evidently committed some crimes because it's against the law to do the things she did.
But no one's arrested her. No one's done anything.
Well, it's coming.
I'm going to vote for her just for that reason, because no one's ever done anything to Hillary.
What?
Her husband has.
Tell me what she's accomplished as Secretary of State. Tell me that.
Well, what has Obama accomplished?
That's not That's not an answer. He's just as incompetent. But, in my book. But
Obama has done nothing but put us in the trash. And I'm hoping that Hillary will have enough smarts this time around.
Yeah, but she backs.
And I want her to win, so, I'm going to vote for her.
Yeah, but she's backing Obama, and he's backing her.
Sure.
So that says it's the same administration, basically the same person,
change.
right?
That's right.
That's all that they do is rub each other's backs. So, she can't get in without Obama.
Why?
So, I know he's going to be, I don't know, probably treasurer or something or another. But you know what? Hillary's going to get it. Hillary's going to make it.
Tell you what, I worked for...
So I'm voting for Hillary this time.
One of my bosses was the Secretary of Treasury of the United States under Bush. When I worked for Treasury, she was indicted. She went to jail, and this was Bush's appointment. And here was Treasurer of the United States in charge of the U.S. printing and the Bureau of Engraving and the U.S. Mint and the Bureau of Public Debt, where I worked. And she went to jail. So it's not impossible that your candidate, your appointee, could go to jail.
Sure.
And if you look up her name, you can Wikipedia it, and you'll find out all this information. Her name was Catalina Vasquez Vilpando. So I've got to turn it down. Nope. What's that? Oh, I got a caller. Another one? Oh.
We can't hear you.
I can't hear her. How do I turn it up?
The phone volume?
I don't know. I can't hear our listener. But at any rate, do that.
I don't know where it's at either.
Pick up this one. Yeah. That didn't work?
We can't hear you.
No. Oh, well. We lost our caller.
Okay. Call back if you're listening. Yeah. We'll finish this conversation.
Now, if we have a
Trump supporter,
we'll put them on
equal
too.
Opportunity or
Cruz.
or
but I mean,
Sanders.
This is true. It's been done before, but if Obama's protecting Hillary against all these allegations, it's more than allegations. The FBI doesn't investigate you just out of if you're under investigation by the FBI, there's criminal
conduct of
they're investigating criminal conduct.
Sure.
And if they find it, and the Attorney General doesn't want to prosecute, look out.
Look out. That's right.
Because I anticipate the FBI director will probably walk, because he's an upstanding guy.
Yeah, if he is, he will walk, because he's going to let this criminal continue and even be the president of the United States. That's ridiculous.
And she can't, as they say, she can't abide by the laws.
That's right. She doesn't. She's not law-abiding.
Well, like that BlackBerry thing, she said, we're not allowed to do this. We got to leave it in the plane.
Yeah, go back
and
where
then she goes over there and she uses her BlackBerry so it could be hacked.
Yeah, go back to where she was in college and got fired for incompetence.
I'll bet you anything Anonymous has already hacked her.
I bet. I bet they have.
But they're not saying anything about it. Well, now they're hacking Trump.
Yeah.
But or they say
that'll be
they
a good
are.
release when they become president, either one of them. Then they might.
Yeah. But you don't see a lot of, as I say, noise coming from the Democrats about this.
I don't think Hillary has the love of the media that Obama has. Obama's their sweet boy, and they love that guy for some reason. And I don't think Hillary has that much.
Well, we've heard these promises before.
Yeah, I know.
The same things that Obama was saying, she is saying now.
Sure.
We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's going to be a fight for women's rights. We've got laws on the books
to protect every
women.
Right of a woman. Yeah.
Yeah, and
that was a subject I was going to speak about for a minute.
Equal pay.
Yeah.
All those things.
But I was going to speak about their right for abortions and to be treated with and get abortions in the state. Well, the Catholic hospital, Dignity Hospital, bans abortion supposedly. But I have documents, and we'll bring this up at another date because I just got some documentation. And it shows that they allow the hospital to do abortions so that they can, best serve their financial issue. They just do it around through clinics and through other abortion providers, other names. And they allow the main hospital, under some premise to do abortions.
Well, don't they lose a lot of money if they don't?
Yeah, of course. They can't do the affiliation. The one I have is a hospital in Los Angeles, and I'll mention its name when we cover it further, but I've got a document here that shows as March 18th of 2014, they took it to the Attorney General because they weren't following the law. And allowing these abortions, and they have to. So they made it better read, if you will, so that they can cover it. But I'm going to send this to the Pope and see what he says.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Good idea.
We're here to stop problems, and this is definitely an issue.
Well,
what they're
doing is skirting around the law.
Skirting around it and getting these abortions.
So that they conform to getting more money.
Yeah, that's all. It's all about money. There's
money.
$4 million here. I haven't studied it like I would, but they had a $4 million deal to expand some of the benefits. Anyway, it's all for money, and women's rights looks like they're protected. Believe me, they're not protected.
Yeah, it's the same old thing, trying to scam.
It is. It's a scam. It's scamming the system.
Yeah, that's it. And you continue with this line of thinking that it's all politics.
It's all politics.
I don't care if it's religion. It's this. If somebody from Dignity can call and defend this,
defend it.
We'd be more than happy.
About
take
it.
Call.
I'm going to report it real fully in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
But call now and we'll discuss it. You know what it's about.
Well,
March 18, 2014. Think about it.
Well, they're not going to call.
I know it.
It's just.
But they did send a representative one time in the early.
Send your lawyer out.
Yeah.
Have him call.
Yeah, have several lawyers call.
Yeah, because we've got the proof.
I'm holding it right here.
That's true. We're going to cover after the break here. We're going to cover a subject that is very controversial.
Okay, good.
And I'll go into it in detail. And if anybody wants to call about that, our lines are still open for your discussion on politics. If you'd like to defend your candidate, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. You know what our feelings are.
Sure.
So we'll break for our
break
commercial, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, guys.
You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
Money, money, money!
Most of us need extra money. Well, if you own something of value, go to Rich's Jewelry and Loan in Ontario. He'll loan you money on jewelry, musical instruments, tools, electronics, and almost anything of value. Or if you prefer, he'll purchase the item from you. And if you need a great buy in diamonds or a Rolex watch, Rich can save you hundreds of dollars. Don't waste time. Go to Rich's Jewelry and Loan, 124 West Holt Boulevard in Ontario. Give Rich a call, 986-2604, and tell him what you'd like to sell or bring in for a loan.
Loans!
Rich's Jewelry and Loan, 124 West Holt Boulevard, Ontario.
Once again, here's Lloyd and Greg.
Yeah, hey, Rich, I've got to bring down some of my artwork.
Yeah,
signed artwork, original artists. You know, I got some valuable paintings there.
Yeah, I got to go see him, too. I got a couple of things to talk to him about.
Yeah.
And look some things over.
I got to turn this down.
You guys go see him, too. If you need money, go see him, pawn something or sell something. And if you don't need money, you've got some money, buy something.
Rich's Jewelry and Loan right there in Ontario, right off of Euclid and Holt, right around the corner.
Right across from that old post office.
Yeah.
So go and see him. Say hi.
Now, something else I'm mad as hell about, and this is nationwide. Pregnant through rape. Women are forced to share child custody with their attackers. Have you heard of anything so ridiculous?
That's
in your
absolutely
life?
insane. Insanity is ruling the nation.
But I'll read you a story here. It says,
yeah, let's hear it.
When she was 16, it happened. Christine was staying with a relative during her school Christmas break when a young man came over to hang out. She accepted a drink from him and tried marijuana for the first time, and then everything went dark. I woke up to him raping me. I was going in and out of consciousness, and I couldn't make it stop, she recalled. And said, overcome with guilt, Christine planned to tell no one what happened in the basement that December night. That is, until she found out she was pregnant. I had never seen my dad cry until then. He was on the floor bawling his eyes out. Then he said, "Let's go to the police station." Christine said, saying she never considered abortion to be an option. But then it had been about 6 weeks since she had been raped, and the police told her it was too late to pursue charges against the young man. They basically said, "We'll do a police statement," she said. "We just let it lie. We did a police report, and they had his information on file. The little she could provide."
Yeah.
At 17, she became a mom. Young and in need of help to provide for her son, Christine asked for government assistance, unaware that doing so would start a chain reaction that she couldn't undo.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the state in turn sued the father for child support so they could recoup their money. And she said, "I freaked out. I said, I want to stop assistance. I'll work 8 jobs. I'll do anything.
Of course.
I don't want him involved, period." It wasn't long before she was slapped with a lawsuit. Her rapist was suing her to exercise his parental rights.
Oh, yeah, right.
And Ellen was older than Christine when it happened. At 22, she stayed over at a fellow church member's house. He kissed her, and when he tried to go further, she told him no and went into the living room. His little sister was asleep on the couch, and she dozed off and finally fell asleep. And she said she fell asleep because she had taken Xanax to treat anxiety. And when she woke up, she instantly knew something was wrong. I felt different. I could tell that something happened, Ellen said. I started to question him about it. He said he told his sister to go upstairs. After that, he climbed on top of me on the couch, claiming he wanted to cuddle. He claimed I told him I wanted sex, and I wanted sex right now, and he said he couldn't talk me out of it. None of us really understood what this was, not until I went and talked to my bishop, who said, "You were raped." When she found out she was pregnant, she went to the police. The investigator said he thought it was just a little Mormon girl who had had sex and felt guilty about it. She filled out a police report, but no charges were filed against her attacker, who was determined to keep in dark her pregnancy. He said he hadn't used a condom, and he hoped I was pregnant so we would have to be together. He continued to contact me. He sent me messages after message saying I felt like dirt. I'm an awful person. I can't believe I did this. He knew exactly what he did.
Of course he did.
I just knew I had to keep my son a secret. I was living in fear that this man knew I had a child. Her little boy was a few months old when she received a text message from her attacker. It said, My mom saw a picture of you with a baby, and I think it's mine, Ellen said. When I saw that text, I couldn't breathe. I fell to the ground. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't catch my breath. So, too, would have to face a rapist in court.
Yeah.
It's arguably a rape survivor's worst nightmare, having to face their attacker and come in contact with the person who changed their life forever. But for the women who became pregnant through rape and decided to keep and raise their child, that nightmare can quickly become a reality. And it does.
Sure.
There are 15 states in the U.S. that have no law in place to determine a rapist's parental rights. Of the 35 states and the District of Columbia that have laws in place, 24 require that a parent be convicted of rape before their parental rights be considered for termination.
Oh, my God.
So for the abuse subset of states that don't require criminal conviction, they require clear and convincing evidence of rape at conception. It's an enormously high standard of proof, and a standard of proof that has been endorsed by the U.S. Supreme Court.
What if it's an incestuous rape or something?
The same thing applies.
Yeah, same thing would apply, huh?
It's ridiculous.
It's awful.
But you have to go through this.
Yeah, for these poor girls.
To
be raped in the first place.
All this stems from the Constitution of the United States, the 14th Amendment. The Supreme Court has read into the amendment that an individual has a fundamental right to being a parent. It is very important constitutional rights, and because of that, the Supreme Court has said that states can't interfere with the fundamental rights unless they have clear and convincing evidence that the parent is unfit.
Okay.
I think rape
would be
makes you unfit.
Unfit, right?
Because they didn't want it in the first place. It's up to every state to determine what is unfit parent. But
that's pretty unfit.
Yeah, but that determination does not always take into consideration that approximately 25,000 to 32,000 women who become pregnant through rape in the U.S. each year, and those who choose to raise the children, they don't consider that.
Uh-huh.
This one attorney said that when a court typically determines what is best in the best interest of the child when considering terminating parental rights, it looks at whether the child was hurt directly. Whereas in these cases, rape conception cases, the child is often being hurt indirectly. Of course he is.
Of course.
They keep asking, where's my father? What is this?
Yeah.
And just, studies show that some women experience rape-related post-traumatic stress disorders and after the assault. Now, imagine co-parenting with your rapist.
Yeah.
When women aren't treated properly and aren't able to control their PTSD, they're unable to control other aspects of their lives.
Sure.
They may abuse alcohol, drugs, remove themselves from work. They're traumatized.
Well, of course they are.
They become very insular. Imagine how fit of a parent that mom's going to be if she has only any of these problems.
Yeah, there's not going to be any fitness there in that relationship.
No.
Come on.
But all of these are different.
Just examples on them, or just different examples, or what?
Yeah. I was looking to see what California had, but I think theirs is reading the different states. Let's see, argument the Massachusetts-based attorney Wendy Murphy, whose client was ordered to go to family court to hatch out a co-parenting plan with the rapist. Murphy's client was 14 years old when she was raped by a 20-year-old man. She met at a church youth group.
Yeah.
They said the man, Jamie Melendez, pleaded guilty to rape in 2011, was sentenced to 16 years probation, and was ordered to pay $110 a week in child support to the victim. And she was only 14 at the time.
Yeah.
He, in turn, filed visitation rights, arguing that if he has to pay child support, he should be able to see the child. And,
where did the molestation charges come on that one?
Well,
it's only 14. That's
says
ridiculous.
The judge sentenced him after conviction to probation, and as a condition of probation, he was ordered to go to family court and comply with the court's order. We refused to go to family court and said, this is not a family, this is a felony, Murphy said.
Yeah,
which
okay.
it was.
It was.
And 4 years later, we're still litigating the case because perpetrators' rights groups are heavily trying to influence the court to give convicted rapists parental rights.
They don't have any right.
The rapist, in turn, Murphy argues, can then leverage those rights against the survivor to keep her silent.
So these terrorists that rape our women over there, they get a right to have them as their child if they want. That's
well, I don't know what it is in Germany because you know
probably not
during that riot, 35 women were raped.
Yeah, okay.
By the immigrants,
by the Muslims,
immigrants, and nothing was done. What they did in that case, Merkel and her administration said, these people need to go into training and learn about our culture and what they can and cannot do. Rape is a no-no. But, I would say so. Put them in jail.
Yeah, put them in jail. Castrate them, whatever it takes.
Send them back to where the hell they came from.
Yeah, that's the first step.
And we have
second step.
And we've got some of that same thing coming here.
Yeah, it's here. It's coming.
You've got to be able to vet these people and make sure that, we don't have any problems with the Christian Muslims that come in there.
Yeah, there's no problem with them.
I got some friends that are Christian.
That's right.
Muslims.
There's no problem with them. I do too.
So it's, you've got to find out where they're coming from.
That's right.
Because
if they're raping our women, you know where they're coming from. I'm sorry.
But here in the United States, these things still go on.
Sure.
And it says on this one case, it said, in other words, don't report this to the police or else I will assert my fatherhood parental rights. Don't tell the police. Don't testify against me, and I'll drop my request for visitation. That's what this guy said. My argument is a convicted rapist, especially one who impregnates a child, has no business being bestowed by a court the privilege of fatherhood, period.
That's right.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. I agree with you.
While litigation is pending, Melendez has not been able to see his daughter. But Murphy said her client's attacker has the right until the child turns 18 to keep asking for more visits and more visits and more visits. So until his rights are completely terminated or the court rules convicted rapists have no authority to go to family court ever, until the battle is won, we're going to keep litigation in place. So this is, as I say, we'll come. We got a break for a commercial, but we'll come back to this in just a minute.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, though. That's a sad state of our country's affairs, and it's never been. It looks like it's never been looked into.
Well,
because it probably wasn't acted on before.
A lot of these women keep silent.
Yeah, and a lot of times it wasn't acted on before too. Now they making a big mockery of everything.
Is it that time? Your car needs a smog check? Well, check out Quick Smog Check in Montclair. They guarantee your vehicle will pass, or you pay not a thing. That's right. If it doesn't pass the test, what the heck? You don't have to pay. So what's the reason why you're not calling them? The number 909-626-5436. You can also drive right down there now. 5438 Holt Boulevard in Montclair. They're open 9 to 5, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Do it now. No wait smog checks at Quick Smog Check in Montclair. 909-626-5436.
Thanks for waiting. Lloyd and Greg are back.
Yeah, we are.
We're back.
I'll come down there as soon as I can get the car started. That one that I need to have.
I know you need a smog. Yeah. You haven't got it yet?
Got to go down there.
Yeah, you got to go down there to get it smogged for sure.
Okay, getting back to our story about these women that are raped and have children because of the rape. You know, if you, here the key is, if you don't want the rapist to have parental rights, you should not identify him in the first place.
That's
Just
right.
say, I don't know
Yeah, I
who
don't
it
know
was.
who it is.
And they go ahead, if you want to have the child, because if you identify him and you get on public assistance,
he's going to come, maybe.
Yeah, he's got to say,
He's
I've
got
got
a
a right
chance.
to that child.
That's right.
Yeah, I did.
It might help in his legal defense, too, you know.
So if you don't say
he's
it,
going to be a daddy, you know, and it was.
and there's a lot of women out there that don't identify their rapist, and they still get government assistance.
But they're afraid.
to raise them.
See, they're afraid, I think, and that's part of the fear. He's going to come back, so they want to put him away. But they're not realizing they're just opening up a big can of worms.
And these guys could be serial rapists, too.
Sure.
So you never know. And I was trying to find out about the state of California here.
Is it not listed there or what?
I think it was. But there was a bill that was going to be a Rape Survivors Child Custody Act.
Yeah, and they've been trying to get people to come forward more, you know, the rape victims to come. How the heck are they going to do with stuff like this?
It said this was signed by Obama in May 29th.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure his signature's on it.
Insensitize a state to create a reform or reform their laws to include the clear and convincing standard. Those that do become eligible for a 10% boost in funding through the Violence Against Women's Act, which increases resources for survivors. Across the country, there is a majority of states whose laws are either completely insufficient or completely absent in ability to, for a rape survivor who has been impregnated by her attacker to terminate the parental rights of her attacker. And there's a bill that's Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, a Democrat from Florida, who co-sponsored the bill with Representative Tom Marino, Republican from Pennsylvania. The law authorizes $5 million a year for 5 years through 2020 in a criminal justice appropriations bill to be funded to fund incentives. We've been working with many states, Wasserman Schultz said. It said states that include carve-outs are not eligible for the funds, she said. You do have a large percentage of rapes that occur with someone who was familiar to the victim, like family member.
Yeah.
They require a lot of education and discussion to help people understand that rape is rape.
That's right.
Rape is never okay, period.
Yeah, period.
This is not something that a woman does lightly and going to court. A woman should never have to face constant re-victimization by her attacker by being allowed to use the threat of visitation rights, custody rights, and hold that over her head for the rest of her life. This is ridiculous. It says, in progress, like the passing of the Rape Survivor Child Custody Act, that spurs the Pruitt, who alerted Wasserman Schultz to the need for such a law. I think we're going to get there. I think eventually we'll get all 50 states who have laws, and eventually they'll all be good laws, which keep me up at night more than anything else. It says, I just say, from my experience, I think the biggest barrier is rape stigma in general. For whatever reason, there is a deep suspicion around any woman who cries rape. I think it's about changing the conversation. And when we as a society talk about pregnancy from rape, it's often in terms that it's demeaning the child that is conceived through rape. When a woman doesn't view pregnancy as a burden or an extension of rape, their motives are questioned. And for those that I see a little bit of hope and light and joy is that situation. I know that it may be difficult for you to understand. People say you're not acting like a rape victim, so maybe, just maybe, you weren't raped.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's just absolute nuttiness. That's craziness.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what California fits into this. Oh, here, on the back.
Okay.
The 15 states, it says the women in this report asked not to use a real name, so we didn't. The 15 states, as of this publication, have no laws in place to terminate a rapist's parental rights are Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Maryland, Minnesota, Mississippi, Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Virginia, Washington State, and Wyoming. States that require a conviction of rape to terminate parental rights are Alaska, Arkansas, California, Delaware, Hawaii, Kentucky, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, and West Virginia. D.C. also requires a conviction to terminate parental rights. So at least they have them here in the state of California if you're convicted
of it, yeah.
But a lot of them are not reported.
That's right, and they don't get a conviction, too.
And they know who the father is.
Sure.
But I'm advising you, if you go to the state of California for benefits, don't identify them.
Don't identify them.
If you don't want to share.
Yeah, if it was really a rape and you don't want to share, don't.
And if he wasn't convicted within a certain period of time.
If he's convicted, then
he
okay.
doesn't have any parental rights.
Right, but if he's not convicted, it's stupid, but the law is the law, and you'll end up burnt.
But you have that same problem here. This is one you can cover if you like.
Okay.
And it just happened the other day.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, yeah, where the Uber drivers.
Uber.
Uber. I guess I pronounced it wrong, but he was charged with raping a Fullerton bar patron.
Yes, he was only 21 years old.
21 years old. And this gentleman, Omar Mahmoud Musa of Anaheim, appeared in court and posted a $100,000 bail. Or didn't post it, but that's his bail. And he's been charged one felony count of forcible rape and 200 other felony sex-related offenses.
Yeah, now that was, you've got to be careful about your Uber drivers.
Uber driver, yeah. He said,
or anybody else that picks you up. It could be a regular taxi.
Yeah.
But, I mean, those...
They believe this guy may have raped more, that he's maybe a serial rapist.
Yeah, he picked him up at a motel. They went to the bar, and then he gave him his card.
Yeah,
and said, call me when you're ready, because instead of going to the app and getting another Uber driver...
And these are intoxicated. This woman was intoxicated.
Yeah.
And he put her in bed, and then I guess he hopped in, too. And
well, the other one passed out, I guess.
Yeah, and the other one passed out. Girls. Yeah, there was 2 girls. That's right.
And he raped this one. And so it's...
And the Uber drivers are not fingerprinted or anything. There's no real check of the drivers.
Background. Oh, yeah.
No background. So, you could have anything driving, as it looks like here.
That should be a total requirement.
Sure. Everything where you can have advantage over anybody, you should have to at least know who you are.
Yeah, be careful. And this, there could be a pregnancy come from this encounter too. And
yeah,
then there would
you
be,
go.
And then even though if he's not convicted, he could have visitation rights.
Yeah, there he goes. He could have him a baby. What the heck? I guess that's the easy way to get him.
Stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's asinine. It's stupidity.
Yeah.
And I hate even having to report this. But you know what? You guys got to know.
Yeah.
It's happening out there, and it's awful.
Every single day.
That's
There's
right.
going to, take self-defense classes.
Yeah,
do whatever you have to do.
Yeah, buy a gun.
Protect yourself, and don't
protect yourself.
Don't take a drink
Yeah, unless you know what's in that drink, and don't
it says
take
always
it.
guard your drink if you're going to a bar. Make sure nobody adds anything to it. They have somebody developed a straw that can identify anything in your drink.
That would be great.
Which is, it's out there. I remember reading about it the other day, and it says it can identify any foreign substance in an alcoholic beverage.
And don't just go by the person's personality either, because we had a pretty substantial, upright person that raped a whole bunch of women, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know who that is. He was a celebrity, and he got away with a whole bunch of these.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
So please.
So, it happens all the time. And, simply don't get so drunk that you don't know what you're doing.
That's the big
period.
thing.
To pass out.
But, some people are sensitive and they get drunk on a drink or two, too,
Take somebody with you that's a non-drinker. Then they can take care of you.
That's the best. That's right. They can take care of you.
And they can drive you home.
Yeah.
And somebody you trust.
Yeah, you got to have a trust for them, too.
Yeah. But, that's caution. I've always told my daughter that.
Yeah, you got to be cautious now. In today's world, it looks like it's even...
She would always go with a girlfriend, somewhere, and they would...
Yeah, my wife was always that way when she dated. She was always with a girlfriend or whatever.
Well, this guy was with a girlfriend too, but she got drunk
and passed out. Yeah,
and the Uber driver raped her.
Yes.
But, and as I say, I want to caution people about their taxes. The scammers are out there.
Yeah, that's what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, but it's getting
slipped through. Yeah,
too late to do a lot of that. But you got to remember. There was, there's all types of scams. And if you go and file your taxes and then you find out somebody's already filed and got the return.
And got your return.
It may be a prisoner in jail.
Doing it,
because I mentioned this before in one of our shows.
Yeah.
I said, I forget how many millions of dollars that these guys in jail get from tax returns.
Tax returns, yeah.
Of other people's taxes.
Yeah, it was substantial.
Yeah, but it looks like if anybody's in charge of that prison and the mail...
And got more than one
return...
return...
And they say, wait a minute, this guy's got 15 tax returns.
They might bring an alert,
from the
right?
IRS checks.
That might bring an alert.
That seems ridiculous that nobody's checking on that. And these guys can access records. I would forbid them to even get on a computer... So they could go on the internet or anywhere else, but
ban them for life.
They do it.
Sure, they do.
They and people supply them phones, and with these, the iPhone, you can access the internet and do all these other things. So people are smuggling these things in record numbers.
Sure,
they're confiscated, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
But they have all that information.
Lost time. Yep.
So I think if I were in charge of a prison.
Yeah.
I would go through these guys' racks all the time and say, look, where did these numbers come from?
Yeah.
Who are these people? You've got your, here's somebody's social security number and so forth and so on. And, you know something's up at that point.
Right.
But I think that we need more investigators that are diligent.
That's it, diligence, and do their job well, yeah. You said you're going to have a guest next week. We only got a minute left. We got a guest next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, he's not going to identify himself because he's from.
Yeah.
You want to tell him what the group is, or wait until next week?
I'll wait and tell him. He's
okay.
I think he's wanted.
Yeah, I think he's wanted too a little bit.
So I won't identify him because
I think
FBI might be here.
FBI might be looking, right? So we won't get him heads up. Okay.
It's but you'll see.
You'll see.
Yeah. And you'll be
tune
there.
in. Anybody's here today, you've got to tune in next week and see our guest.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
And what else do we got to bring up? As I say, politics is getting very interesting.
Yeah.
So that always will be a subject that you're mad as hell about.
Yeah, there's something out there you're mad as hell about. Call us and let us know what it is.
Yeah.
Vent. It's good for you.
Yeah,
I
wanted to, before we leave, I wanted to tell everybody about the independent filmmakers of the Inland Empire.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're interested in filmmaking, you should attend one of our meetings. It's usually the first Wednesday of the month. And go online, Independent Filmmakers of the Inland Empire. We'd like to see you there if you're interested in film.
Okay, great.
Until next week, stay mad as hell.
Yeah. Come to us. Let us know what it is.
You're listening to KCAA, Loma Linda, California. The best station in the nation.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
The bracket busting's been put on hold for the moment. I'm Sam Farber. Right now in March Madness, it is the Duke Blue Devils leading the Yale Bulldogs 48-27. They're about a minute and a half in to the second half. The difference, 21 points, just about the scoring total of one Grayson Allen, who has 22 thus far for Duke. Earlier today,